Well, our International Affairs editor, Philip Turle, is with me now here on set. Philip, this is all happening, isn't it, 2 months ahead of European elections, which show a massive jump for support here in France for the far-right, National Rally Party, far-right on the rise across Europe. Is this new immigration policy playing a role in this, do you think?
Well, let's put it this way, shall we? The far-right in many countries say that these new measures, the Migration and Asylum Bill that's being voted on today in Brussels, doesn't go far enough. There should be a much more draconian policy which is being introduced in Europe to stop migrants coming into the European Union. And they may be voting against this bill in cahoots with the far left, who say it goes too far, but they're against the bill because they say it's doing away with what the European Union stands for, and that is a welcoming union where people should have the right to come here and to seek a new life. So there are these contradictions. I think in the middle of it all, you'll have the centre and the right wing and the left who will vote in favour. So it looks pretty much like this bill is going to be voted in today. But you're right. This is a preoccupation of a vast number of people in the European Union. 63% of people in France say immigration is their key concern as far as voting in the European elections is concerned. And that's why when you look at this chart here, the National Rally of Marine Le Pen, the former National Front in France, the candidate for the European elections is Jordan Bardella. He is way ahead of the other parties, 32% of support for him in voting intentions here in France, basically because the National Rally has managed to salvage all of those voters who were in support of it for the presidential election. 9 out of 10 say they will re-vote for that party, which is far more than for Emmanuel Macron's Renaissance movement, which is backed by Modem in the centre and Horizons of the former Prime Minister Edouard Philippe, who only managed to get 19% for their candidate. And 11% for the Socialist Party. The Socialist Party is seeing a slight increase, but even if they get together, they're going to find it very hard to beat the National Rally. So all of this is a way of, I think, trying to placate the rise in the far right in Europe. It's not only here in France. We've seen it in Germany with AfD. We've seen it in the Netherlands. We've seen it in Sweden. We've seen it in Hungary, of course, with Viktor Orban, and in Italy as well. So this is a way, I think, of saying, look, we are dealing with the problem. We are trying to increase steps to tighten immigration laws in Europe as a way of trying to sway support away from these far-right movements. It's a little bit too late. All of this legislation, if it's voted today, won't come in until 2026. So it looks as though that's not going to change, I don't think, very much as far as people's voting intentions for these European elections are concerned. The big question now is what is going to happen afterwards? How far will this legislation go? How much support will there be for the far right in these European elections? All of that we'll know once the polls have been held, and that is on the 5th of June.
Philip, thanks very much. Philip Turle, International Affairs editor on France 24.